Ibu Norundi Omanekahenti, Kemina, Nagasaki, November Susi, Bonadi, 103.5, not to the power Thursday, Ohobochi, Abona, November 2022. But some PG Project Electorasa, no the newspaper headlines. Article and Navajo yourself, if the Papa beard in the South of Africa, Geneva, and Nova is using direction. I can tell you the Papa, we had in the South of Africa and Geneva.
Don't you have the right to quality broadcasting? The National Broadcasting Commission says any person, group of persons, or organization aggrieved by the content of a broadcast or the conduct of a broadcast station may lodge a complaint to the station and write to the Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, number 20, Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro, Abuja, or send a mail via info@nbc.gov.ng. Please ensure that your complaint includes name of the broadcast station, title of the program, date and time of broadcast, and essence of the complaint. Also, remember to include your name, address, telephone number, email, and append your signature. Note that your complaint must reach the NBC within 14 days of the queried broadcast. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
Comunica Patara, Davani Sonella, Modern Busters, Bonadi, 103.5 FM, not to put that newspaper headlines. Not to far, I got a Patarabi, even the Market Guardian, Punch, Nation, Premium Times, Leadership, This Day, Vanguard, Sun, Naira, Tribune. Davani Sonella in a Facebook page. And in your life at FM 103.5 FM. Mobunika Miru Zikabana for SMS no on WhatsApp na 08096661035. If you online, Mobile Stream Mix LR Gist FM Album Divine.
And I'm Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper. CBN rallies support for cashless economy, unveils new notes. Experts deplore products trafficking, counterfeiting at Intellectual Property Rights Forum. Experts deplore products trafficking, counterfeiting at Intellectual Property Rights Forum. 2023, UK is watching Nigeria closely. British High Commissioner tells politicians. Nigeria Institute of Quantity Surveyors decries high cost of governance. Ezekiel Group donates rice to Bayelsa flood victims. Obaseki attributes youth unemployment to nation's faulty educational system. Lagos State Waste Management Agency extends waste disposal advocacy program to schools. Chartered Institute of Professional Printers of Nigeria decries corrupt practices in printing industry. Kent Housing provides borehole for schools. Community in Enugu. Ashiru accuses El Rufai of plunging Kaduna into debt on Poe's economic agenda. Lagos residents raise traffic concerns as political parties hold rallies. HIV prevalence in girls, women 60% higher than in men, says National Agency for Control of AIDS. Aribi Sogan impeachment illegal, says Babalola, Falana, Olanipekun, others. Dignitaries extol beggar over commissioned Port Harcourt's 9th flyover bridge. World Health Organization laments increase in world population as UNICEF decries high infant mortality. Pan-Niger Delta Forum. We the people plays federal government's inaction on Niger Delta's situation. Lagos court remands man for assaulting 21-year-old girl sexually in school library. Rivers, wife stabs husband to death over misunderstanding. Rivers. Wife stabs husband to death over misunderstanding. House summons vice chancellor over alleged extra-budgetary expenditure. Teslim Sanusi tax federal government on care for poor people. ISWAP. Boko Haram clash claims more terrorists in Borno. Rivers Chief Judge blames police for prison congestion. Boni pledges to sustain transparency, accountability in Yobe. 2023, Atiku charges less corrupt Nigerian women to deliver votes, takes leadership. No interview student visa renewables available now. No interview student visa renewals available now. Civil society organization kick as lawmakers set to pass 2020 CAMA Act into law. Civil society organizations kick as lawmakers set to pass 2020 CMA Act into law. New naira notes fortified, difficult to counterfeit, says Buhari. Boni pledges to sustain transparency, accountability in Yobe. Alleged fraud. EFCC opposes Okorocha's plea, asking courts to flee him. There is no rift between my principal, Obi, says Soludo's aide. Buhari nominates Loretta Onoshe as Niger Delta Development Commission Board Chairman. Federal government grow oil reserves to 40 billion barrels by 2025. Silver. INEC reacts to court order for resumption of voters' registration. Stakeholders decry low coverage of normal immunization. Buhari unveils new naira notes as CBN insists on cashless economy. 2023 poll, 2 million internally displaced persons in Benue State face disenfranchisement, says Autumn. Bayelsa confirms receipt of arrears of 13% oil derivation refunds from federal government. 2023, I believe in your strategy document, Atiku tells Christian Association of Nigeria. Ganduje tax Kwankwaso, Shekarau, political nomads. El Rufai never said Tinubu unfit to rule, says Northwest APC. Nigeria, Canada dialogue on transition fuel. Fake news may jeopardize 2023 elections, federal government warns. Buhari unveils National Institute of Credit Administration bags award. Our mother killed on Al Mustafa's order, Kudirat Abiola's children insist. Obi Dati support group urges Labour Party to respect court judgment. Northern group urges Buhari to ignore calls for Emefiele's sack. Oil drilling begins in Gombe, Bauchi with 1 billion barrels oil, 500 billion standard cubic feet of gas. Disregard alleged lobby to delay Niger Delta Development Commission Board, says Commission. Disregard alleged lobby to delay Niger Delta Development Commission Board, says Commission. Pay our full salary or we abandon backlog of academic schedule, ASU tells federal government. Atiku Okowa meets Christian Association of Nigeria, insists on restructuring. That's the much we can take from the Guardian newspaper this morning.
Now, leadership. Port operators bemoan gender inequality in maritime industry. FAAC allocation declines as federal government, states, local governments share 736.8 billion naira. NADDC concludes review of auto policy. Imo Slim commissions NIMASA headquarters Lord Transport Sector. Coca-Cola backs award for environmental sustainability investment. Financial inclusion. Access Bank empowers closer agents. Chamber identifies tech as veritable tool to fight unemployment. 2023. I'll deploy spiritual fiscal powers against electoral offenders. Anambra Rec. Nigeria is a vehicle with a not engine. Obi. 2023. MNPP to appeal listing of Obasani. 34 others as APC candidates. Lagos targets 1.3 million children in free deworming exercise. Rotary Club gives free hepatitis treatment orders to FCT residents. FCTA task force crushes 356 seized motorcycles as owners shed tears. E-Naira, experts suggest ways to increase digital currency penetration. Buhari to inaugurate 12 billion naira digital center in Abuja. 7 insurance firms CEOs to leave as 10-year tenure limit implementation commences. Second Niger bridge will partially open for Yale tide. Federal government. Pantimi unveils new book, secures 16.7 billion naira broadband access for 20 markets. EU summit in Niger Republic today. Maimuna's memo, reviving work ethics, accelerating women's representation in mining. After leadership reports, INEC moves to tackle campaign. Mixed reactions as CBN unveils new naira notes. $418 million Paris refund. Governors weigh legal options against consultants. Federal government to destroy illicit arms. Light weapons recovered in 18 months. Anti-graft. $1 billion recovered. 3,000 convicted in 7 years. Federal government. After 3 years, Buhari names Loretta Onochie fifth NDDC's board chairman. DMO raises 3.3 trillion naira borrowing to support 2022 budget deficit. Icon at 82. Senator Dalhatu Sarki Dakfida. The judiciary and popular will. Ekiti Assembly crisis. Legal luminaries Babalola, Olanipeku, Falana, others want status quo maintained. Police arrest 61-year-old fake AIG in Abuja. APC assures adequate security at Tinubu's presidential rally in Lagos. Qatar 2022. Japan Japan stun Germany in another upset. Spain trash Costa Rica. ISWAP attacks military bases in Brunei, kill 8 soldiers. JJ Riders, Notra donates relief materials to Jigawa flood victims. Kaduna launches digital sexual offenders register. 13% derivation fund. Obaseki responds to Wike's challenge, says Edo got only 2.1 billion naira. $1 billion looted funds recovered since 2015. Federal government. Fear grips opposition as Ganduje's son leads 1 million-man march for Tinubu in Kano. APC harvesting voters card in Ondo South. PDP alleges. I won't take side in Ronaldo Manchester United row. Bruno. World Cup 2022. Morocco hold Modric's Croatia to barren draw. Qatar 2022. Japan defeats Germany 2-1. President Buhari hails Chief of Staff Ibrahim Gambari at 78. Buhari names Loretta Onochie as NDDC chairperson. FA slams £50,000 fine, 2-match ban against Ronaldo. APC using my image as young Tinubu in documentaries. Donald Duke cries out. Appeal court upholds nullification of Zamfara PDP Guba primary. Lewandowski misses penalty in Mexico-Poland stalemate. Carry Ellen growing burden. NASCON Allied Industries Q3 results outperformance. FIPL inducts new engineers to strengthen power sector sustainability. Going green is future for data centers in Africa. Nigeria to transit from cashless to credit-based. New frontier acreages reposition Nigeria as Africa's oil and gas hub. Fuel scarcity may escalate as marketers reject supply structure. Buhari unveils redesigned naira notes. NSMP. Dangote Sugar scales up $700 million investment. WIMBIZ announces members of new board of trustees. Federal government commissions 8 billion naira cargo scanner at Lagos port after widespread criticism. Again, Niger Delta elders urge Buhari to inaugurate NDDC board confirmed by Senate in 2019. QNet opens center to tackle disinformation in $186 billion direct selling industry. Standard Organization of Nigeria seeks support of Establishment Act amendment. Nigeria earned $741.48 billion from oil, gas in 21 years. NEITR. NCC urges adoption of two-factor authentication to protect Telegram accounts. Buhari unveils redesigned naira notes today. CBN raises interest rates. 2023, Tinubu Shettima will take Nigeria to promised land. Groups 2023, people living with disabilities tax INEC on inclusion, printing of PVCs. Enugu, Labour Party files to join suit seeking PDP's disqualification. Abolish state of origin. Bishop Onoha tells federal government, Kaduna 2023, Khalifa Mohammed Sanusi II endorses Obasani for governor. Diabetes, warning signs you should not ignore. NIWA, others urge adherence to safety codes to curb boat mishap. Oyebanji assures new Ekiti Assembly leadership of support. We won't stop bursary awards to indigent students. Marking the Assembly leadership of support. We won't stop bursary awards to indigent students. Marking Day. Ondo moves to sell Sunshine Stars. Court convicts drug trafficker for second time in 2 years. Sanwo-Olu wants state input in electricity bill. Kebbi government releases 500 million naira for poor residents. Boko Haram kills Chadian soldiers in ambush. Naira redesign. Northern group dismisses calls for Emefiele's sack. Masari presents 288.6 billion naira budget to Katsina Assembly. Yobe wins World Bank Fiscal Transparency Award. 37 die in Maiduguri Damaturu Road crash. River Park Estate moves to close Nigeria's housing deficit. Federal government sues Abuja property developer for 11 million naira electricity theft. Infant mortality. Akwa Ibom governor's wife assists 400 pregnant women. 53% Nigerians have access to basic sanitation facilities. UNICEF. Teenage girl's corpse found in Bayelsa Hotel. Sokoto Guba candidate urges electorate to vote PDP, says continuity will ensure prosperity. Group backs Okowa Atiku ticket, pleads with G5.
And now we move over to the Punch newspaper. Federal government restates commitment to developing smart cities. Fashola, professor, differ on varsities operating business. Obi's plane grounded. Campaign train seeks alternative arrangements. Lagos restates ban on night boat trips. Osun students group urges Adeleke on members' welfare. Police uncover Nasarawa baby factory, rescue victims. We will win Kanu by hook or crook. APC chairman. Ekiti, Osun, Ondo lecturers demand payment, slams federal government. Niger Delta Development Commission, Lawan defends Buhari's list. Onoshie becomes chairman. PDP differs as APC dismisses electronic result transmission. Sanwo-Olu, Commissioner of Police, others meet, brainstorm on security. And still on the stories making the headlines on the Punch newspaper this morning. Lagos government seeks support to rehabilitate Apapa Hospital. Ekiti Speaker's impeachment coup d'etat sans. Reps back Aramajiri Education Commission. INEC chairman vows to fight diabolic vote-buying practice. APC dismisses ex-secretary to the government of the Federation, Lawal's threat to back Atiku. APC dismisses ex-secretary to the government of the Federation, Lawal's threat to back Atiku. Examine candidates before voting, says Kumri. Atiku, shortest route to Igbo presidency, PDP shifting. Foundation supports youth to slumber. Federal government laments budget padding, recovers $1 billion looted funds. Ekiti election tribunal adjourns for judgment. Ibazu's splits Abia PDP. Paris club dispute. Governors insist on legal solution. University of Lagos Mass Communication alumni to hold dinner, awards night, December. Gbajabiamila faults critics of student rally. Obese plane grounded. Delegates seek alternative. Terrorism. Flood affecting food security. Agric minister. Ikuron mayhem. How man was killed. Eyewitness narrates. PDP working to reconcile with G5 governors. Okowa. Tech firm HP to lay off 6,000 workers. Uzodinma 6 Imo Varsity Vice Chancellor. Uzodinma sacks Imo Varsity Vice Chancellor. And still on the stories making the headlines on the Punch newspaper. Buhari to attend AU Summit in Niger Thursday. Obi's team seeks smooth distribution of PVC. Atiku remains shortest route to Igbo presidency. 4 suspected kidnappers arrested in Ogun. Abiodun disburses 200 million naira grants for Ogun communities. Adebanjo grazes Obi's rally in Ibadan. 40 billion naira deduction. Ebonyi denies owing consulting firm. Delta lawmaker gets constituents arrested over alleged defamation. New naira notes will be difficult to counterfeit. Buhari. Tinubu won't disappoint Nigerians. Lawmaker. Police rescue 17 kidnapped travelers in Edo. Reps approve bill to establish Aramajiri Education Commission. United Nations Children's Fund organizes football match for Boronu pupils. Rivers Community Poverty Rating. Group hails Tompolo's 150 million naira donation to flood victims. Buhari unveils new naira notes at Aso Rock. Ibom Air UK monarchy to tackle legacy of colonialism. Autumn 6 polling units in Benue IDP camps. Auto 6 polling units in Benue internally displaced persons camp. In US Walmart shooting, Ganduje signs people with disabilities bill into law. JAMB advises against indecent dressing. Protests erupt at largest iPhone factory in China. I know nothing about YPP candidates trial. Governor Emmanuel. Edo Varsity offers students free tuition. Impeached Ekiti speaker heads for court. We have recovered $1 billion rooted funds. Malami. Buhari has hidden agenda for education. Ekiti State University. ASU. APC campaign says Tinubu presidency will uplift youth. Is late to resume voter registration. Court rules. PDP asks Atiku Okowa to reconcile Imo factions. And that's the much we have for you from the Punch newspaper this morning.
Now this day, Lagos APC holds presidential rally for Tinubu Saturday. Malami, $1 billion looted funds recovered since 2015. Airline operators and 2-year leadership tussle. Buhari leads 7-man delegation to AU Summit in Myanmar today. Fintech, bankers, policymakers gather as financial inclusion confab begins today. Companies' BIP performance will determine quotas, says sugar regulator. Buhari excited by new banknotes, says enhanced. INEC vows to end vote buying, violation of campaign finances. We are solidly behind Atiku Okowa. South governors. Governors drag federal government to court over excess crude account rises to $476,513 as FAA shares. Excess crude account rises to $476,513 as FAAC shares. DMO raises 3.3 trillion naira from domestic markets to finance. Lagos APC holds presidential rally for Tinubu today. House probes today. House probes NEITI, NUPRI, NUPRC recruitment, employment. Buhari seeks expansion of extradition law, proposes TIF. PDP, Buhari Adamu Abes of offering banking. Ekiti, assembly crisis. Purported impeachment of Arigo Sugar. Edo refutes Wike's claim of receiving 13% derivation. Soludo awards more road contracts as residents decry. Fashola proposes alternative funding sources for Nigerians. Bayelsa utilizing derivation funds prudently, says Diri. 2023, APC will capture Kano by hook or crook, says party chair. Terrorists abduct 4 in Zamfara, demand ransom. NAF board reviews challenges in air operations. Police rescue 17 kidnapped victims, 3 still missing. Prince feared killed as hoodlums raise monarch's palace. Enugu condemns attack on farmers, seeks improved. Pantini secures 16.7 billion naira broadband access for 20 markets. P2B assures electorate of a new Nigeria at Ibadan rally. Father, friend gets life imprisonment for defiling. Margaret Lawrence Varsity appoints Odele as pioneer VC. Trade greed bails out SMEs with technology solutions. Pro-Chancellor accused accountants audit generals. Onya, 2023 presidential poll is for PDP to lose. Winbox harps on improved psychological safety workplace. Auto Industry Executive Bill ready, says NADDC-DG. Down to town, strategies for graduate employment. Buhari, redesign Naira notes will be difficult to counterfeit. Walmart employee kills 6, wounds several others in US. Labour Party fumes over grounding of Obi campaign. PDP crisis. Kwande-led Plateau Group opposes demand. Abiodun renames College of Education after Awujale. Excess crude account raises to $472,513 as FAAC. Humanitarian Affairs Minister presents 35 billion naira 2023 budget. 2023. Unscrupulous foreigners to face deportation. Akwa Ibom. UNICEF, NUJ tax media practitioners to focus. Buhari seeks amendments to Extradition Act 2004. Lagos Senator distributes 130 million naira tools cash to youths. Otu a ka ọ dị n'ọtụtụ anụmanụ this day. Na Vanguard newspaper, anyị ga-enye anya na Vanguard newspaper ma ọ bụrụ na anyị jee zụọ ahịa laghachite azụ. Anyị na-abịa nye nkwa n'ebe iche.
Do you know that you have the right to quality broadcasting? The National Broadcasting Commission says any person, group of persons, or organization aggrieved by the content of a broadcast or the conduct of a broadcast station may lodge a complaint to the station and or write to the Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, number 20, Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro, Abuja, or send a mail via info@nbc.gov.ng. Please ensure that your complaint includes name of the broadcast station, title of the program, date and time of broadcast, and essence of the complaint. Also, remember to include your name, address, telephone number, email, and append your signature. Note that a complaint must reach the NBC within 14 days of the queried broadcast. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
Onye kpọọ ọba ya mkpọkọrọ, agbata obi ewere ya kpụrụ ahịhịa, nke mere na onye na-ekwughị ka ọha eburu ya gbafee ama nna ya. Ọnọdụ ime obodo anyị dị iche iche n'ala anyị abụrụgo nke na-eme anyị echeta ebewe, mana olileanya ka dị maka na osita adịba mma ọ dịrị gaba. Ndozi obodo bụ mmemme ga-emepe anyị anya n'ụzọ kwesịrị ekwesị anyị ga-esi wee leba anya n'ihe dị iche iche gbasatara ndozi na nhazi obodo anyị. Kwa Tuesday ọbụla n'ebe ọ na-adị 103.5 FM ma ọ kụọ elekere 5 nke mgbede. Ndozi obodo bụ ọrụ dịịrị mụ na gị. ọrụ dịrị mụ na gị.
Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at Ebona, the 103.5 FM. It's Martin Epanju is here every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebona at 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a bet.
Excuse me. I got an announcement to make.
Are you looking for a way to tell the world about your products and services? Search no more. Come to Ebonadi FM 103.5 Ogidi, Anambra State. Let's tell the world at large about that your services and products. And you watch your business speed up with an unimaginable speed. As it is hot, Ebonadi FM, your short love for advertising businesses. Health Plus, Health Plus, my health, your health, our health. Health Plus is a health program that talks about our general health. Join Chiki on Ebonadi FM 103.5 to learn how best to manage your health and to take care of our young and old ones. Join me every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday by 1 to 2 p.m. on Ebonadi FM 103.5 Ogidi, Anambra State.
Kwani November Susan, the 103.5 Kiss My Movie Newspaper Headlines. So near on our Facebook page at Ebona, the 103.5 Stream on online na mixlr.com/gistfm. Zitela niya ako ng SMS mo pa na WhatsApp na 080-9666-1035.
And now we'll continue with the Nation newspaper. Obi promises new Nigeria at Ibadan Wali. People with disabilities seek implementation of law. Businesswomen holds AGM. Media chief steps up gender advocacy in Africa. Old sect meets. Leadership for club. University of Lagos Mass Communication Alumni Dinner Awards hold December 3rd. Bill on commission for Armajiri education. Out of school kids scales second reading. Lawmaker leads thousands to work for Tinubu in Ondo, Ekiti Assembly crisis. Babalola vows to challenge Aribi Sogan's removal. And still on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. We are ready for 2023 general election, says INEC. Ohaneze faults Igbo elites who are against Obi. 2023. Resolve disputes without violence. ECOWAS urges Nigerian politicians. Others. 2023. South-South governors restate support for Atiku Okowa. Enugu government condemns attack on farmers in Iha Amufu. Pantami to unveil book today. Secures 16.7 billion naira broadband access for 20 markets. Tinubu inaugurates road in Ebonyi. Abiodun disburses 200 million naira to Ogun communities. I asked Trump to be my running mate in 2024. Kanye West claims. Court strikes out case against Tinubu. Still on the stories, making the headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. Alleged 109 billion naira fraud. Ex-Accountant General Idris returned about $900,000 in cash. Witness. Motorists groan over fuel scarcity as spills resurfaces in Lagos. Kwara promotes 9,000 civil servants in 3 years. Qatar 2022, Kis Daniel set to perform Wednesday. Ondo to build diaspora estate. Buhari heads to Niger Republic for African Union other functions. Japan fans clean stadium after defeating Germany in Qatar. $418 million Paris club fee. Nigerian Governors Forum insists on legal solution. And lastly, $1 billion looted funds recovered since 2015, Malami.
Now, Vanguard, Nigeria's trading on democratic path will lead to June. Ogunjobi. Oshun hoodlums shot 2 officers over Obaship crisis. Police. Oshun hoodlums shot 2 officers over Obaship crisis. Police. Atiku, only candidate with Nigerian-based businesses. Reno Omokri. Batshuayi scores as Belgium secure hard-fought victory over Canada. APC rally for Tinubu. Lagos to divert traffic in Surulere. Reps grill Shell. Total over alleged tax evasion. 2023. Egba Traditional Council endorses Abiodun for second term. 2023. PDP campaign chair as South-South governors back Atiku Okowa. Insecurity. Reps back creation of center to control small arms. PDP crisis. We are working on reconciling with 5G governors. Okowa. 2023. APC kicks against deployment of BIVAS IREV. I don't know any Labour Party candidates in Nasarawa. Governor Abdullahi Sule. FCT police nabbed 61-year-old fake AIG. Plateau Council sets up committee to control illicit drugs. Senate wants suspension of planned concession of Zungeru hydroelectric plant. 2023. We will deliver Kano to APC. Party chairman. 2023. Showore challenges Tinubu, Atiku, Obi to political debate. Will make withdrawal of huge cash unattractive. Emefiele. Muslim tickets. I am APC member, but Atiku has my support. Baba Chair Lawal. Lagos announces traffic diversion ahead APC's mega rally for Tinubu. 4 reasons CBN redesigned naira notes. Akiron. Violence as new monarch attempts to access locked palace. Akiron. Violence as new monarch attempts to access locked palace. 2023. Peter Obi represents body, soul of Igbo, Ohaneze. Buhari to attend AU Summit on Industrialization, Economic Diversification in Niger. DMO raises 2.3 trillion naira from domestic market. Court strikes out case against Tinubu. Edo APC hails Buhari over NDDC board nominees. Spain humiliates Costa Rica 7-0 to record biggest ever win in World Cup. Okada ban. Tears, anger as tax force destroys 356 bikes. Obi, why Southeast should produce next president, Adebanjo. $417 million Paris refund will monitor consultants' payments. Governors, what kind of color is this? Reaction trails newly redesigned naira notes. Biden bars Mali, Burkina Faso orders from US-Africa Summit. 2023. Mass defection hits APC as 400 members decamp to PDP in Uyo. US issues no interview visa renewals for Nigerian students.
And now we move over to the Premium Times. Protection levy. Terrorists hold 5 negotiators. Give Zamfara community 2 extra days to get balance. Buhari nominates Rolita Onoshe as chairman of NDDC board. Buhari unveils Nigeria's new naira notes. 4 Nigerian innovators, others shortlisted for African awards. Nigeria's 20 million out of school children are potential Boko Haram members, Obasanjo. Over 1 billion barrels of oil found in northern Nigeria, Buhari says, as drilling starts. Central Bank of Nigeria increases interest rates to 16.5% to tame inflation. Court refuses to order INEC to resume voter registration. Another poll shows P2B leads Atiku, Tinubu, Kwankwaso. National Health Dialogue. Policymakers, experts to discuss primary health care financing. National Assembly. Controversy trails appointment of new clerk. Over 130 reps not returning after 2023 polls. Official. Nigerian Air Force bombs notorious terrorist hideout in Zamfara. Police launch manhunt for killers of 3 officers in Southeast. 2023 polls containing escalating electoral violence. 2023 polls containing escalating electoral violence. PDP crisis. Wike associates insist on Ayu's removal, says they are open to negotiation. And lastly, the world last week. Missiles hit Poland. COP27 ends. World Cup begins.
The nation, Abia North farmers tell Carlo to give them farming tools. Imo oil communities protest Nebiet. Anew to Southeast governors emulate Opera's transformation development agenda. Enugu condemns attack on farmers. Redesign Naira notes will prevent corruption, counterfeiting. Buhari will work to ensure Nigeria remains safe. Army. Gunmen kidnap medical doctor in Benue. We can't help you, IPOB tells community. Cubana, 5 others to receive ESUT honorary degrees. $1 billion looted funds recovered since 2015. Federal government. Pantini secures 16.7 billion naira broadband assets for 20 markets. UBTH to commence open heart surgery. CMD Professor Obaseki. I inherited, neglected, dilapidated judiciary. Wike, Osun Assembly passes 138.2 billion naira 2023 budget. Okowa, Atiku will soon meet G5 as Southeast governors reaffirm support. British envoy decries electoral violence. Obi in Oyo says Nigeria needs him. Nkano East inaugurates campaign council, pledges 100% vote for Mba. Others. Adamu doubts INEC's capacity to transmit results electronically. INEC raises fresh security alerts over 2023 poll. Nigeria decides 2023. APC's charges in Kwara brightens as Abdul Razak Mustafa join forces. Nigeria decides 2023. Okowa's unity summon to Plateau PDP. INEC raises fresh security alerts over 2023 poll. Okowa. Atiku will soon meet G5 as South governors reaffirm support. British envoy decries electoral violence. Adamu doubts INEC's capacity to transmit results electronically. Kaduna 2023. NNPP vows to drag INEC to appeal court for listing Obasani. 34 other APC NPP vows to drag INEC to appeal court for listing Obasani. 34 other APC candidates. Lagos APC urges support as presidential rally holds November 26. Na Tribune, I lost a dependable guardian, advisor in Folarin, Mogalo. Federal government to implement elderly inclusion in health insurance for UHC. Olomi, Olunde, Ijebu-Igbo Road, Ibadan community dwellers commend federal government. APC inaugurates Delta Central Senatorial Campaign Committee. Women with proven integrity urged to vie for political offices. Agadaba of Egbema Kingdom installed amid fanfare. Oyetola inaugurates Governing Council of University of Ilesha. Candidates replacement. NNPP hails court's judgment, says it is victory for democracy, rule of law. Shun divisive politics. Governor Sule tells contestants. UBTH CMD bemoans exodus of medical personnel, says hospital fulfills the mandate founding father. Oyo Ministry of Justice swears in 400 justices of peace. Niger Khan describes media as critical stakeholders in promoting peaceful coexistence. Foundation advocates closing of knowledge gap to end drug abuse among young people. Abiodun disburses 200 million naira to Community Development Association. APC's disastrous year affects women more. IU. Otu a ka ọ dị n'ịgụpụtara gị ihe dị n'isi akwụkwọ akụkọ dị iche iche ejide gụpụtara gị ozi ndị mmadụ zitere.
From the SMS, we got a message that says, millions by hoodlums and government seems to have paid lip service to security. There is horizon all over the place and people are not sure of tomorrow. Cost of commodities had soared up. To buy a bag of rice is like you are building a house. If I may ask, how much had been derived by the federal government in gold and lead exploration in Zamfara state? Whatever mineral resources that is discovered is being exported to the south so that we will all perish. Then where is the spirit of one Nigeria? Honorable Osakwe continued as the new naira note is unveiled. Kidnappers had already started demanding for it. As it is hot, kidnapping has become a lucrative hub and fastest way to embrace millions by hoodlums and government. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I think we also got another message from Osakwe again that says some corrupt and desperate judges have sharpened their razor blade and ready to truncate any genuine order, provided a bag of Ghana must go that contains dollars can take care of his family and generation to come. Every department in the nation is if it comes to sharing of looted items and ideas, but no new innovation is being introduced. Nothing good will come out of Egypt again. How is the mighty falling? Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Ebunike Udobi from Achala. He says, since after the Civil War, during elections, candidates from other parts of the country do promise Igbos heaven and earth. But this time around, we look away from their promises and focus on making our own candidate. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And this one says, we will win Kanu by hook or crook. APC Kanu share. This agenda is not only for Kanu State, but for the entire nation. APC has an agenda for this country. Nigeria, take note. Idoko from Mpo. Thank you so much for joining us. Damian from Unkwede. Youths should not listen to APC, PDP campaign promises as they are full of lies and sweet tongue. Vote wisely. Damian, thank you so much for joining us. And this one says, Enugu condemn attack on farmers. Is that all? Nothing to be done. There's no name on this one. Thank you so much for joining us still. And the last one we have here, he says, Ikemba Ojuku. This one is coming from Ikemba Ojuku. Okay, he says, Ikemba Ojuku's intention on forming the APGA party was reintegrated the Igbos into the Nigerian fold. Like, that is to reintegrate the Igbos into the Nigerian fold. And that being the case, if we could achieve that through P2B, then Soludo shot his legs as he fetched wood full of ants, and the lizards came from Obuefi, Obaka Gyoto, Nojoto. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. That's the much we have from the SMS portal.
From Umoji. Whoever that is expressing discontent over gender inequality and advocating for gender equality should remember that God used one of the ribs of Adam to create Eve. Therefore, gender equality is against the law of nature. May God bless us. Darling Monica. Holy Wizu from Onitsha. 1 billion naira recovered from federal government. 1 billion naira recovered by federal government. What is the impact to Nigerians as people are dying of hunger? Obi's high support in Ibadan is a welcome development. Ejima Sinaka Ebuka Wabufo from Amawo Bunike. What is the gain of the new naira notes to Nigerians. Without value, old and new naira notes, no much difference with the old one. What shall it profit a naira if it can gain a new color and still lose its value? That doesn't make. Ejima Sinanka Valentine Edene from war. There are three different terrorists in Nigeria, and I will surprise you that those culprits are Fulanis. Okay, Akabana will put up here and ISWAP killed 8 army in Borno. Boko Haram kidnapped 4 in Zamfara, demanding new naira notes. Herdsmen invaded southeast and pursued all villages out in Enugu. Yet Arewa youths and some of northern prominent men are pointing accusing fingers on IPOB. Mr. President, you are Chief Security Officer of the nation. What is happening? Because lives are seriously at stake. It is high time to let Biafra go because Fulanis are indirectly trying to wipe out all evil so that they will occupy their land. Valentine and the next one. And when we go all Fulanis, go all Fulanis on a Boko Haram, we never have so no one we can listen to all Fulanis. And the other many so Valentine again. Edozie Zebinobu, Unusi. According to P2B, Nigeria is a vehicle with a knocked engine. This truism is substantiated in the ill policies of governments ranging from security to economic total meltdown, which has cumulated to more than 3 times recession. Firstly, in the security equation of our country, the Chief of Army Staff, the police, immigration, NSCDC, and almost the rest are all coming from the north. And I ask one select question: how can they get a comprehensive security report to tackle this country's security embryo when the 6 geopolitical zones are not represented in security formation? Under this administration, Nigeria's debt services is now more than capital expenditure. So how do we grow from here? Recover loots are re-looted. Nigeria will be great again. Edozie Dalivine James from Onitsha. These designs don't add more value to our currency. Dalivine. And Emmanuel Oli from Angolo. INEC vows to stop vote buying. I pray it will not be by mouth. I wish action will be applied. It is obvious that many Nigerian army are Boko Haram trying to wipe out the original ones due to their selfish interests. Imagine the way thousands of Boko Haram repented in Nigeria. If our government and other citizens of this country repent like that, we for have better Nigeria. Dalụrụ Emmanuel Wole for Akụrụ. Ọ dị mma na Facebook page Chinedu Oneka, Atiku short route to Igbo presidency. Atiku short route to Igbo presidency. It's a capital lie, and that comment is a total insult to Igbo. Also Francis from Amadonze. INEC promising to end vote buying. That's a good one. INEC should collaborate with other relevant authorities to tackle the incidents of vote buying and vote selling ahead of 2023 general election. APC will capture Kano by hook or crook, says Kano APC chairman. This is an overstatement and shouldn't be taken for granted. Nigerians need credible and transparent poll come 2023. Anything outside will be unacceptable. May God help us. Darling, Ejima Sinaka, Samson Pope. Politicians as how? Okay? Nigerian politicians as how? They can do anything. 2019 election, Governor El Rufai threatened foreign observers of returning in body bag. What has what have they done to him? Any sanction on whatever punishment? Nigeria is a failed state. Nigeria, overall, everywhere, Nigeria okay? You can't say Nigeria is a failed state for now until next year election. I'm not looking at Nwachukwu Kennedy Chinedu, Voice of Industry, You see, the unveiling of the new naira note seems to be a jamboree because there is no difference between the old ones and the new one. These people should stop playing politics of abracadabra with Nigerians. Also, the changing of this note might be a guarantee of having so many or much counterfeits in the market. Darling, ọ dị mma ekenere m unu ncha niile Emmanuel Okafor ndị nọ na Facebook page anyị ọnwụ bụ Chukwu daalụ gị nne anyị kelere unu masị ka ọ dịrị unu mma. Ọ ga-adị n'ụtụtụ echi mgbe anyị nwetara anọrịkwa n'oge newspaper headlines n'ebe ọnọdụ 103.5 FM. Abụ m Dịbata
And I'm Martin.
ka ọ dị echi niile.